Hey up and welcome to Leeds station on a very wet morning. I'll get on the train before I tell you what we're up to today.
Your tickets, rail cards and passes ready for inspection. Thank you for choosing Northern and we wish you a comfortable journey.
Oh, a bit drier on here. Now, did you know that UNESCO has 1,250 heritage sites across the world? They're spread across 170 countries, and today Mike's Missions is going to visit one of these World Heritage Sites. Now, we could be going off to see minarets in Afghanistan, monasteries in Armenia, or even the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. But we're not going to any of those. We're going to spend a very wet and windy day in Bradford. I must say, it's a very quiet train today. Can't be many more people out for a fun day like us. Just a short rail trip today. Here we are arriving in Shipley, and then the following stop is ours.
This is Saltaire.
So yes, this is Saltaire station, and I have good news and bad news. The good news is that we're going to have company on today's trip, Claudia. The bad news is not the woman off TV with a fringe, it's Storm Claudia, which is currently blowing across the country. So we'll see how we cope with her. And this is what we've come to see today. Saltaire Village. United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organisation Heritage List member, and it's been on the list since 2001. Now the forecast is that we're in for some stormy weather later in the day, and as you can see, already it's persistently raining. What a fabulous exit from a railway station. Oh, one thing about filming today, we're not going to get many people encroaching onto our images, are we? The place is almost deserted. Look at this lovely row of shops. Right, I can see that we're going to be sheltering in lots of shop doorways today, but we must learn a little bit about this place, Saltaire. what's it all about? So the reason Saltaire is listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site is because it's a complete and well preserved industrial village from the second half of the 19th century. It was built by Sir Titus Salt, a Victorian businessman and philanthropist. When Salt built his mill, his profits went into building the village. He wanted his employees to enjoy ventilation, convenience and general comfort. Now his mill was absolutely enormous. 18 miles of worsted cloth was produced each day on 1,200 looms, which were attended by 300 workers. The mill is 6 stories high and has a chimney 250 feet tall. Salt took his employees out of poverty and the slums in Bradford and gave them all sorts of mod cons and facilities here. The village had its own church, hospital, school, institute, park and almshouses. Well, this is the former Salt's mill. Now, as you can see, with many different attractions inside. So when Salt's mill opened in 1853 at a cost of £100,000, it was the largest building in the world by floor space, and it contained the largest single room in the world. And if you don't believe me, let's have a look through this door. Wow, how impressive is this? And how warm is it compared to outside? And there's the man himself, Sir Titus Salt. Salt's Piazza. I wonder what that's all about. Also, there's a lift here. Shall we jump in and see where we end up?
Second floor. Doors opening.
I can smell food. Oh, look in here. Sherry. Might be a little bit too early in the day for that. Imagine the noise of more than 1,000 of these looms working away, day and often all night as well. There's a picture here showing the end of a shift at Salt's Mill in 1920, and it says if you were the last one out, you might as well stay and go straight back in. Also in the mill these days is this fabulous Peace Museum. Right, well, I've spent 2 hours here at Salt's Mill. Fabulous experience, rounded off by wonderful fish and chips. But I'd forgotten I'd left Claudia outside. I just had a stark reminder actually with a text from Northern Rail saying that most routes will be severely disrupted with fewer trains running. Many trains may be cancelled. And there are 4 lions here, sculpted by T. Milnes of London, which were supposedly destined for Trafalgar Square, but they ended up in Saltaire instead. Here's the famous Victoria Hall at Saltaire, where there always seems to be something happening. Guess which building this was? Here we are, on Titus Street itself. Got all these old houses on here. He never made room for the wheelie bins to be stored, did he? He slipped up there, old Titus. Now I think this building is called Titus's Tower. Up at Ada Street. One here named after my wife. Oh, it's still pouring with rain. Most roads here are named after women. I wonder if there's a Claudia Street. This old Titus clearly missed a trick when he forgot to put anywhere for the bins to be stored. Well, it's still raining and now the wind's getting up. Even more bins. These houses are particularly smart on this road, with their own little gardens. Not so many bins on this road. Oh, here they are. Right, we could be in any Italian city here, but we're not. We're in Saltaire, a suburb of Bradford. Look at this amazing church. Work began on this in 1856, and I believe this is the only Grade 1 listed building in Saltaire. Now if you, me and Claude here haven't got wet enough walking through the village, I'm now going to lead you to the park. There's a bit of flood in here already. Someone here come to collect all those bins. This is the Leeds and Liverpool Canal, which Titus used to receive his raw materials and also dispatch his finished fabrics. No boat trips today, or for quite a while I think. And there's no queue for ice creams either. Could you tell me when you might be open again? Lots of rules and regulations here, but then again, there always were. We visited Salt's Mill in Saltaire, and we've seen Titus Street. Can anyone guess what this park's called? Yes, it's of course called Roberts Park. But Titus oversaw it, and he was a stickler for having rules. He insisted there was to be no alcohol, no gambling, no profane language, no political demonstrations, no music, no interference with the flagpole or the cannons, no one could touch the trees, shrubs or flowers, and also there was to be no orange peel left on the pavements. But that wasn't all. There was to be no stone throwing or discharge of firearms, no spitting on the pavement. Glad I didn't bring an orange with me. Now I have no intention of interfering with these cannons, partly because I don't want any of them to go off, but also because just up there the man himself, Titus, is keeping an eye on me. Can you spot any orange peel from up there, sir? We have two very wet alpacas here. Now Titus was the first man in the country with the technology to spin their extra long fleece. So we know where salt comes from in Saltaire, and this is the River Aire, where Titus used this incredible water power for his mill. Right, the wind's getting up now and the rain is getting a little bit heavier, so I think it's possibly time to head back to the railway station, see if the train has been cancelled. Apparently trains to Leeds are cancelled because of Claudia, but one guy's just been very helpful there. He's told me to catch a train heading for Bradford, get off before there and see if I can get a connection to Leeds. So I'm heading to Shipley, I think. So this one's going to Bradford, Forster Square. I've been advised to get on, go off at Shipley and change there. Here we are at Shipley, and there's a train to Leeds due in a few minutes. Who would have thought that a little town like Shipley would have a railway station with 5 platforms? And here's my train at platform 3. Well, after a little hiccup on the return journey, this train is almost back in Leeds, where I'll be getting off, leaving Claudia behind and going home to dry out. Thanks for coming along today. It's been bin day in Saltaire, and one I'll remember for quite a while. Don't forget to subscribe and leave any comments below. Thank you very much. Bye.